Welcome to this episode of Destination Dare. Every community in the Outer Banks has a story to tell, and this show brings that information to life. From Dare County history to current events, from government services to local profiles, we keep you entertained, informed, and up to date.
Dare County's beautiful beaches attract millions of visitors each year, and while our dynamic coastline provides the ultimate backdrop for family vacations, water sports, and long beach walks, it is also prone to beach erosion due to the storms, wind, and wave action we experience here. Erosion can't be stopped in its tracks, but we can combat this issue to protect our homes, businesses, and infrastructure by replenishing sand in a process known as beach nourishment.
Beach nourishment is the process of adding sand to the beach, typically from a borrow area just a little ways offshore, and helps us keep our homes here, keep our roads here. We add sand to the beach and it allows us to keep enjoying it for years to come.
In the summer of 2022, there will be beach nourishment projects in the towns of Duck, Southern Shores, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, and Nag's Head, as well as the villages of Avon and Buxton on Hatteras Island. These 7 projects will take place on our beaches over the course of 5 to 8 months. With many people planning vacations during the time frame that the projects will be constructed, our goal is to provide a platform for communicating and providing updates for our residents, visitors, and property owners. The best place to go for the most up-to-date and comprehensive information is www.morebeachtolove.com. The towns and county have joined together to offer a one-stop resource for everything related to beach nourishment. Sign up to receive email notifications for a particular project. Check out an interactive project map which showcases areas that are actively under construction. Or access an array of frequently asked questions.
There is machinery on the beach and there are boats offshore with beach nourishment. Rest assured you can still reach the beach. There will be accesses made either to the north or the south of the immediate area of construction, which is pretty small. Typically within a couple of days it's moved on down the beach and you will have a nice wide fluffy beach right in front of your home.
Many people ask us why beach nourishment is conducted during the summer months when all of our visitors are here, and it's because it's the safest time to do it. Our wave climate's just a lot more dynamic than it is on other parts of the East Coast.
Keep in mind that information, including projected project timelines and staging locations, will continue to be updated as construction schedules are finalized and progress is made. While these nourishment projects may cause short-term inconveniences, they will ultimately leave us with more beach to love and will continue to ensure that our pristine beaches can be enjoyed for many years to come.
When you volunteer for boards and committees, it gives you a voice in the community. It allows you to put your input in, mold the way the community is going to move forward in the future to how the citizens want it. So when you're looking at choosing why you want to be on a committee or which committee you want to be on, there's a lot of topics that come into play. Housing, affordability in that, workforce housing, which are all big topics today. Your infrastructure for the town, which nobody thinks of until it fails. Stormwater, for instance, when flooding happens, when storms come through. The budget and how you spend the town's money, your tax dollars. You want a say in that. You just don't want somebody spending your money on whatever they want to spend it on. The understanding of where your children will be or where you'll be in 5 to 15 or 25 years. Those are all important reasons to be involved in your community and join a committee.
One of the things that I've seen personally make a difference by serving on a committee or a planning board in Nag's Head was when we flooded in Hurricane Matthew and I started serving on the Stormwater Committee, and I was able to see the stormwater budget increase from $200,000 to $500,000. A big part of that, I think, was a lot of our neighbors wanting to show up at our Board of Commissioner meetings. When our Board of Commissioners make a vote, they determine that vote based on the town staff recommendations and how much we care. And after seeing the difference that you can make by filling a seat at one of these Board of Commissioner meetings, I really learned that you can make a bigger difference by serving on a committee or serving on a planning board or another board. Our town needs our community members to fulfill active roles to make our community what it is and to keep our community going.
One of the reasons I joined the board was a request by long-standing citizens that wanted diversity on the board, wanted somebody with a different mindset, wanted somebody that was thinking more about tomorrow instead of the way we were 20 years ago. Not that that's bad, because it built a legacy that we have today that I'm proud of, and I'm proud to be a part of NAGSED for. Think of your talents and how you can use your talents to benefit the town, and you'll see that generationally. The reasons we have Dowdy Park, our sidewalks that are running throughout town, our wonderful beach accesses, and the improved beach houses that we're doing are all formed from committees, and without their input, we wouldn't have those today.
In NAGSED, we have several boards you can serve on. If you're passionate about the arts, there's our Arts and Culture Board. If you enjoy being among the first to know, our Planning Board. Like to plan or have experience with zoning, try our Board of Adjustment. Have a background in personnel? Try our Personal Grievance Panel. Want to get involved with crime prevention and public safety? Join our Community Watch Association. In addition to standing boards and committees, we also have ad hoc committees that are created to fulfill a need. If you're interested in serving on one of our boards or committees, but you're concerned about the time commitment, most of our boards and committees meet once a month, and most meetings last 2 hours at the most.
Find a cause that resonates with you. Using your skill set, we can find a way to make a difference in the town of NAGSED.
Hi, I'm Willie Midget, Public Works Director for the town of Kitty Hawk. I've been in this position now for 15.5 years. The Public Works Department for the town of Kitty Hawk takes care of the buildings and grounds and streets within the town of Kitty Hawk. Dare County takes care of the trash collection within the town, and also they take care of the water system. Public Works is important within the town of Kitty Hawk because we take care of the appearance of the buildings and the entryways into the town. It is some of the first things you see as you enter the Outer Banks. Some of the things we do to ensure the town looks good is that we pick up litter along the roadways, we mow the roadway right-of-ways, and we also cut some of the trees that could block people's view. We also ensure the signage is clear so that people can find their way to places they'd like to go.
Hey, my name is Jamie Yours. I'm the Public Works Supervisor. I am also a gravel truck driver and heavy equipment operator. Some things that we like to do is keep the oceanfront nice and clean, litter-free, make sure beach accesses are in condition for all our visitors and locals. On a regular work day, Willie will come up with a work list, and it's my job to oversee the work, make sure they have the materials needed. We have a small crew. There's only 3 of us full-time, plus me and Willie. That's 5 in our department. But what we do have is we have a carpenter, we have a concrete finisher, an excellent landscaper, and a plumber as well. And this really makes us a productive unit.
Another one of the things that we may do is pump water from between the highways after a storm event. We are very fortunate we now have 4 of our own pumps that we have purchased, and we're able to start pumping almost immediately once we get approval from the state of North Carolina. Our priority is in clearing the infrastructure and the roadways to allow for first responders to get through to help anybody that may need it. Another aspect of Public Works is in conjunction with the County of Dare, we operate a recycling center on Bob Perry Road next to the Dare County boat ramp. Any person in Dare County can bring a recyclable to our center and dispose of it properly. There are also a couple of dumpsters for residential use only for construction, demolition, debris, and household bulk waste. There are many facets of our job that people don't realize we do. We do grade the unimproved roads within the town. We have to do maintenance on the buildings, such as changing filters and general cleanliness, things that improve the appearance of the town properties. We maintain the parks, which includes replacing any boards on the boardwalks, emptying the trash within the parks, and general cleanliness. We also maintain the playground equipment at 2 of the parks to ensure that our kids have a safe place to play. I'm proud of the parks that we have added and improved upon because it gives residents and guests a place to go and enjoy Kitty Hawk at its finest.
My name is Cliff Ogburn. I'm the town manager for the town of Southern Shores. We recognize that our street system, our 37 miles of streets, are one of the biggest assets that the town has. And so therefore, it's something that we should really invest in and take care of. And one of the goals of doing that was to try and improve the pavement condition of as many streets as we could, as quickly as we could. So what we've decided to do is contract with a company, SEPI, to come in and do an analysis, data collection of every mile of network of street and come up with a score for each one of these streets that'll tell us what work needs to be done and when it needs to be done so we can get as many of our fair streets in a good or excellent condition.
My name is Anthony Roper. I'm the Vice President, Asset Management and Maintenance Director at SEPI Engineering out of Raleigh. And so tonight we presented the first year of a pavement implementation plan. Previously we had helped them with a pavement condition study and development of a 10-year plan, and we were asked to help them implement that plan in year 1 of that plan. So tonight I presented basically a brief overview of the paving condition survey that really highlighting that 73% of the town's streets were in the fair condition. And so really, even though the overall health of the town's system is good, this plan we want to implement is putting them on a trajectory to improve their network to the good and the excellent category. So the highlights of the plan is looking at shifting away from a construction approach to a pavement management through preservation approach. We affectionately call it a mix of fixes. So it includes some traditional maintenance activities like patching, but it also includes some rehab or some overlay. We sent our experienced data collectors out collectively together. They have over 85 years of service, and so they came out to the field and they used the Federal Highway long-term pavement performance methodology to rate and evaluate each of the 37 miles. So they rode every road in the town, 37 miles, and documented the stresses through pictures and through GIS locate all the stresses in the town, and that data was put into our pavement management tool and created the pavement condition indexes that we will use as the basis to build the capital plan. The town had an effective program of constructing and rebuilding roads, but at the rate they were going, they did not have enough money in the budget to keep the pace of deterioration. So what we're doing is more related to funding and budget and how to touch more roads and to keep the good roads from deteriorating over time. Year 1 of the plan will be heavily focused on maintenance, and then in the remaining years of the plan, as implemented, you'll see again a mix of fixes, significant overlays, and then also some patching as appropriate. And again, the goal of the plan is to don't allow any roads in the fair category to deteriorate to the failed or the poor category.
One part of this, it's really important because it is a big expenditure for the town. The citizens are expecting to know. They need to be informed. They need to be able to see what's planned for their streets. And so in the next few weeks, we'll have a website up, linked to our website, that our citizens will be able to go on. They'll be able to click on their street and they'll be able to see what is planned as far as maintenance for their streets each year for the next 10 years.
So in the town of Duck, what we'll be doing this summer is doing the first maintenance event of a project that was initially constructed back in 2017. The project's about 1.5 miles long. It goes from the northern boundary of the field research facility up to about Skimmer Way. So the original design was all done back in 2013, 2014, and it was really geared towards evaluating where structures within the town of Duck were vulnerable to a certain design storm. And what that study showed us was that 1.5 mile section of Duck just north of the field research facility was that most vulnerable portion of the project that wasn't maintaining sort of a reasonable level of storm damage reduction. And so that's how we started focusing in on that particular project. And in that first project, typically you're building a dune and a berm that's the size enough to provide a reasonable level of protection for some design storm, but you're also placing additional sacrificial sand out there in front of that design because you don't want just that level of protection on day one, you want that level of protection all the time. So we're placing extra sand out there in front of the design to last a certain period of time. And by optimizing that point in time economically, a 5-year maintenance cycle is what we had settled in on. And now it's time to put that sacrificial sand back on the beach, and that's basically what's going to happen. Contractor believes that construction of the overall project will start sometime in mid-May, but the Town of Duck project right now is stacked up to be the last of the 4 towns to be constructed. And we're anticipating a late July through maybe early September is the time period we believe the Town of Duck project will be constructed. In the next couple of months, we're scheduling some public comment meetings. We'll probably hold those with the contractor at each of the individual towns. The project will look very similar to what we saw in 2017. One difference for the Town of Duck this time is that the initial construction done in 2017 had a lot of construction of those dunes that you see in place now. The maintenance events, if you will, that'll be done this summer will really only focus on building that flat, dry sand beach out further. It won't include any pushing sand up into the dunes. So that's one difference in what it will look like. But primarily, the project will be constructed with a series of hopper dredges. That Barrow site is down off of the town of Kill Devil Hills in about 60 feet of water. But those dredges will go to the site, they'll fill their hopper up with sand, they'll bring those in close to shore, and they'll pump that through a submerged pipeline to the beach. That sand will be mixed with water, spread out onto the beach. The water drains back into the ocean, and the bulldozers will shape that sand into the dry sand platform that's been designed for the project.
They should be here any second.
I suppose you're wondering how I got here. If I was gonna fall, you'd think it would happen when I was walking my dog. Or maybe while I was playing tennis. Or my attempt at skateboarding.
Shouldn't you have a helmet?
Nah, it's now or never.
Or playing spades with my friend.
Can't prove it! I never cheat! I never cheat! Yes, never!
Nope. You know what caused my fall? I can scuba dive with the sharks, power walk up and down the Wright Memorial, but I got taken down by a dang lamp cord. The CDC says 3 million older people end up in the emergency room for fall injuries every year. Falls are the leading cause of hip fractures and traumatic brain injuries, and fall rates are shooting up like an illegal 4th of July firework. So, here's some things you can do to not end up down here on the floor like me. If your new or current medications are making you dizzy or sleepy, tell your healthcare professional immediately. Your doctor or pharmacist can make recommendations on potential drug interactions, changing the times you take your meds, or they may be able to switch you to something else. It's hard to avoid hazards if you can't see them properly. Get your eyes checked at least once a year and keep your eyeglass prescription with you whenever you travel. Remember, if your vision suddenly changes, call your doctor or other healthcare professional immediately. Keep active and regularly exercise, especially routines that improve your lower body strength and balance. But wait, I'm just getting started. Move any furniture out of your regular walkways. Remove rugs. Get rid of small area rugs and carpets that could slip or slide when you step on them, or use rugs with non-slip backing. Get items off the floor. Don't leave books, magazines, baskets, and other items on the floor where feet could get tangled up. Keep stairs clear and maintained. Don't leave items on the stairs, and make sure that all steps and handrails are not loose or damaged. Bathroom safety. Get a non-slip rubber mat or some adhesive ducts for your bathtub to avoid slippery tub or shower surfaces. Install grab bars inside and outside of your shower and next to the toilet. Make sure your home is well lit. Replace any burnt-out light bulbs or have an electrician install new lighting to provide you with a safely lit environment. Use light-activated night lights to help with late-night bathroom runs or midnight snacks. Keep commonly used items in easy-to-reach places so you don't need a step stool. Reorganize your cabinet so everyday items are on lower shelves, and never use a chair as a step stool. Trust me, you don't want to be down here when the firemen show up.
What was it now, Miss Johnson, practicing your handstands?
Well, it certainly isn't because I tripped over a lamp cord. That would be embarrassing. Woo, you guys must work out. Say, either of you play tennis?